callback to when things were to better times. The 360 logo, intro, what have you. And when Bethesda was good. When everything was good. Everything sucks. Like, I remember this meme is it's like my parents when they were 20, it's like, oh, we're buying our new house or our first house, having a kid, and it's just like me in my 20s, it's like Dear Diary, another chapter from Revelations happened today. I don't know why I keep getting tongue-tied. Can't shoot for that. What is going on with my computer? Why does it keep dinging me? Just a second, like, well, computer's making noises and it's annoying me. See if that fixed it. I'll learn you. All over again. Cannot wait in the air. Where's the map? You on the bed, Coco? Just please stop staring at me. Makes me uncomfortable. Please stop staring at me. Come on the bed. Stay on the blanket. On the blanket. Off. Up. Nope, you're not listening. Can I go that way? Apparently not. Oh no, this is not good. I do not. Where am I going? Okay, good. Beautiful Cyrodiil. Aha. Just a second, I gotta take a phone call. was the adoring fan here? Oh, there he is.
Yes! Oh, great and mighty Grand Champion! Is there something you need? Can I carry your weapon? Shine your boots? Back rub, perhaps? Golly, you're the best! I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
It's like Kenny from South Park. He just keeps getting killed and coming back with no explicable reason. Whoa, you're fast. Which building am I supposed to go into? Yay! Some of that holy water. Where's this go? King of the castle. Question. Yeah. Quest objective. Read that later, if I remember. Why use the stairs when I can jump? Love the soundtrack in this game. I actually never played the DLC for this game. Just mostly wandered around Cyrodiil back in the day. Oh no, I'm stuck. This blows. Who's doing painting down here? Oh, come on.
By the strength and guidance of the Nine, who comes before us upon this sacred ground, seeking the cuirass of the Divine Crusader?
Why isn't your
Step
mouth moving?
forward, adventurer, and
Yeah, it does.
face
I
us
guess that was the magic
in
word.
honorable combat. For the vows we failed to revere in life, we shall uphold in death. No unworthy soul shall lay hands upon this sacred artifact without the leave of the Knights of the Nine.
Say what? Back. Scoring fan, help! Where were you?
Sir Gregory, you are defeated. Sir Casimir, step forward.
Sir Casimir, you want some? I thought that would be him.
You have bested Sir
It's a
Casimir.
big one.
Sir Ralphus.
Tough. Wrong guy.
Sir Ralphus, you have fallen. Step back and let the challenge continue. Sir Henrik, come forward and prove yourself.
No, today.
You have overcome half of us, and yet you remain standing. Perhaps Sir Caius shall test your true mettle.
ragdoll physics.
Fury of faith that I have not seen in centuries, but now you face Sir Junkin.
Sir Junkin. Maybe one more.
You have lost, Serge. Sortorov, show the challenger the ferocity of the North. Yeah. You have stood against the Knights of the Nine. The final test is upon you.
Oh, that's cool.
And face me!
By Azura, by Azura, by Azura! It's the Grand Champion! I can't believe it's you standing here next to me.
You've been following me for a while now.
In 300 years, none have stood against us and lived. Step forward and claim what is yours by right. May your faith be true.
Oh no. That's a problem. I need a house so I can drop some stuff off.
By the Nine, I've not seen such strength. Could you be... No, you cannot. You are simply a noble knight. You completed the quest that I could not. I'm glad that my death at least served to lead you here, as I had hoped. The original Order of the Nine was founded with the intention of safekeeping the Crusaders' relics. In life, we failed at this task. In death, we seek to preserve what little we accomplish while we wait for one to come and finish what we began. One of the mightiest knights of my day. It was a great boost to the Order's prestige when he joined. Unfortunately, he and I did not see eye to eye on certain matters. He left the Order during the War of the Red Diamond and never returned. Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
Okay, where do I go now?
I know where you may find the gauntlets of the Crusader, for I was the one who lost them. Though many know where they are still lost. I believe there is something you must do in order to retrieve them. Would you listen to my tale and learn of the gauntlet's fate? When the Order fractured, I followed Sir Beric into war, taking the gauntlets with me. When it was over, I returned to Cyrodiil. I attempted to return to the service of the Nine, but the war had changed me. I no longer had sympathy for the weak or pity for the suffering. In the brief time I was there, I did more to hurt the chapel than help it. It was there that I was cursed. A beggar who came to the chapel each day for help tried my patience one too many times. I lost my temper and struck him. My blow landed harder than I had intended, and he fell to the floor dead, killed in the very chapel of the God of Mercy. I left the chapel at once, of course, but the damage was done. I was weak, constantly weary, and lacked the energy to do almost anything. Ah, yes. As proof of the deed, when I struck the poor man, the gauntlets slipped right off my hands and fell to the floor. Heavy as stone, they would not move. None could lift them. I suspect they lie there still, in Coral's chapel. You must prove to Stendar you are worthy to lift the gauntlets once more. Seek out the priests in Coral. Perhaps they can help you. It was placed on me for defying the teachings of Stendar in his very chapel. My entire lineage was ruined by this curse. Whether it is connected to the fate of the gauntlets, I do not know. I have no doubt that they still lie within the chapel of Stendar in Coral. No mortal man could lift them. We had only the best of intentions. Truly we did. We meant only to serve the Nine and the Empire. It's hard to believe it all went so wrong. Go with virtue.
You have my tribute, Sir Knight. In 300 years, none have passed the gauntlet. In 300 years, we have never known hope. But for the first time, it seems that someone may succeed where we have failed. I see in you the chance to redeem our souls and restore the Order. And now, I must ask you to press forward where I could not. I must ask you to face the challenge of Zenithar. I was arrogant and foolhardy. I sought personal glory. I placed my own will and my own lust for fame over the will of the Nine. In facing the challenge of Zenithar, I failed. I tried dozens, no, hundreds of times to reach the mace. I fell each time, and each time I awoke in the chapel, I leapt again. I tried to enlist the help of the other knights, but none would come to my aid. The inscription says to walk in the faith, but even now, I do not know what this means. Below the chapel of Zenithar in Leowyn, there is a shrine to the great craftsman, Saint Calidus. Those seeking the mace must pray before the shrine. When you bow, you will receive a vision, Or perhaps not. It is unclear.
Or perhaps
The
not.
priest saw that my body never moved, but it felt so real. You will see the mace, separated from you by a great chasm. The chasm represents your doubt. Your faith must be your guide across it. This is what I know. As I said, my
By
faith
faith,
was
not
weak.
sight.
I did not understand the test, and I fell from the platform each time I tried to cross. I have told you all that I know. All that is left is for you to prove yourself more worthy than I. If you seek the mace, travel to Leowin's chapel, kneel at the shrine in the Undercroft, and let your faith in the Nine be the salvation of us all. Casimir left with the gauntlets when the Order dissolved. I heard that he lost them, but I had my own problems to deal with. Our greed for the relics overshadowed our faith in the Nine. I can only hope that you are stronger than we were.
Midos.
Legends say that when Pelinal Whitestrake was slain by the aliens, a messenger carried the mace to the human settlement of Leowin as a message. Centuries later, the master craftsman Saint Calidus built the Chapel of Zenithar in Leowin as a tribute to the legend. When Saint Calidus was laid to rest, those who prayed to Zenithar at his tomb began to receive visions of the Mace of the Crusader. Of the original divines, Zenithar is thought to be the most in touch with the mortal realm. Some legends say that Zenithar has close ties to Kinneret, an idea that is supported by the manner in which the two gods' realms interact. Craftsmen devoted to Zenithar are able to create and profit from the materials provided by Kinneret's natural world. The two work in harmony, the natural world providing for the craftsman. One cannot revere Zenithar without acknowledging the power of Kinneret. Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
If you are true to the teachings of Julianus, it may be possible for you to find the shield of the Crusader.
Not now.
When the Order crumbled, I set out on my own. After years of searching, I found the shield and brought it to Fort Bulwark for safekeeping. With the help of a few trusted friends, I began work to keep the shield safe for all eternity. I never saw my work finished. I died defending the fort from those who would take and misuse the shield. I never saw our work finished. I trust that the others carried on without me. It lies in the southeast of Cyrodiil, near the Black Marsh border. If all went according to plan, it should be very well guarded now. Believe in yourself and use your knowledge wisely. You will pass through unharmed, and the shield will be yours. History and knowledge are his domain. He is the god of wisdom and logic. He teaches us, know the truth, observe the law. When in doubt, seek wisdom from the wise. Look to the southeast of Cyrodiil to find it. I cannot say for certain what is inside, but be prepared for anything. Though we went our separate ways when the Order fell, we all served the Nine in our hearts. All but one. Sir Ralbus quested for the mace after Sir Beric's betrayal. He believed that with the mace, he would be able to bring the rest of us together. He stayed in the Chapel of Leowin for months, attempting the test over and over. He hardly ate, hardly slept. In the end, he failed. He left the chapel broken and beaten. Sir Emil found his body and laid him to rest here at the Priory. The shield is safeguarded within Fort Bulwark. It is protected, and care must be taken when attempting to find it. May the Nine guide your way.
How may I serve you, Commander? In matters of faith, one cannot be bogged down in the affairs of this world. Learn from us. Cast aside your treasures and serve the Nine. Sir Henrik wasn't drawn into the war as so many of us were. His mind never left the shield.
your sword strike true.
I am at your service, Commander. Sir Casimir took the gauntlets to war with him. After what happened with Beric, who would try to stop him? Complacency proved to be our greatest enemy. The service of the Nine requires eternal vigilance. May your sword strike true.
I wish to see you succeed where I failed. I was on the path to the boots of the Crusader, but died before I reached them. Do you wish to learn what little I know?
Why not?
I cannot tell you exactly how to find the boots, for that will be up to Kinnereth. I can tell you to seek out her priests, though. West of the Imperial City, on the edge of the Great Forest, is a shrine. You will find them there, and they will tell you what you need to know. The boots are safeguarded by Kinnereth herself. You must be tested and prove yourself worthy to acquire them. The wars of men undermine the service of the Nine. Do not follow in our mistakes. Sir Henrik spent his days looking for the shield. He was so determined. We all were in those days. Go with virtue.
Greetings, Sir Knight.
The gauntlets were recovered by Sir Casimir, one of our few victories during our time. But then, even our victories became our failure.
In death, we continued the work that escaped us in life. The relics must still be guarded, for someday they shall be needed once more. Alas, my old comrade is not among us here. We do not know why his spirit did not join us here to guard our last relic. We were estranged in life, but I had hoped that in death we could be reconciled. For my part, I now know that I am largely to blame for the ruin of the old order. Sir Amiel takes too much upon himself. I will say no more. Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
Need to do the haunted house quest so I can get a house. I'll look that up real quick. I have 5,000. Nowhere near. Wait a minute, I have that fort. Is this it? Nope. Maybe. Nope, this is it. Now I need to find a chest. Just a second. Got a lot of rings.
I'm only asking for a single coin. I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids. He's a fairy tale. The Imperial Watch pretends there is a thief king named the Grey Fox who controls all the thieves in Cyrodiil. Of course, it's all just made up to give them an excuse to keep us down. Yes, it's quite odd. Reynold, who I've bumped into several times in Coral, acted like I was a complete stranger. Also, he seemed sober, which is a refreshing change. Usually Reynold is stumbling around Coral drunk as can be. Very odd, but then, it's really none of my business. Blessings of Julianus upon you. Hi there. Anytime now.
What's going on with you?
I understand Daedra worship has become increasingly prevalent in the Somerset Isle.
It seems Somerset Isle has become a much more dangerous place.
So long.
Goodbye.
I bet you hear this all the time. But thanks for closing that Oblivion gate. We were all so worried. The gauntlets, eh?
They're Arelder's responsibility. Speak to him about them. He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. That the attack on the Chapel of Devella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself. Farewell.
Welcome, Knight Commander. In Coral, we Highlanders treat our god's teachings as rules to live by. Our lives are governed by the 10 commands. Oh, those. You'll want to speak to Arelder about them. He's in charge of keeping people away from them. The Church has taken no official position on his teaching yet, but from the reports I've heard, he may be truly inspired by the divines. Everyone wants to know what really happened in the temple. What happened to Martin? Was the fiery dragon really Akatosh? Take care. I see you. Hello. What brings you here, my son? Ah, yes. The gauntlets have been here for ages. I know only the basic story behind them. They're more of a novelty these days. My only real involvement with them these days is keeping the youngsters from hurting themselves trying to pick the gauntlets up. What is your interest in them, if I may ask? Oh, I'm afraid that's quite impossible. They don't move, not even a bit, as if they're the heaviest things in the world. Don't you know the story behind them? I'm not familiar with all the details, but I know roughly what happened. Yes, well, I don't know the whole thing. A great many years ago, a knight of the Old Order did something terrible, and the gauntlets just fell off. They dropped to the floor right where he stood, and no one could lift them. It was a sign of the curse placed upon this knight by Stendar, I think. That curse still lingers on today, in fact. Poor Kellen. Oh, why, he's a descendant of that very knight from so long ago. The curse has affected his family all these years. He suffers from it now. He came here from Hammerfell seeking a cure, but, well, there's really nothing that can be done for him, I think. He may know more of the story than I. Perhaps you should speak with him, if he's feeling well enough. It's a horrible thing, truly. One cannot help but pity those such as Kellen, who had such a burden placed on them through no fault of their own. But if it is the will of the Nine, then there is little that can be done. The gauntlets have been here far longer than any of us. I don't expect that to ever change. They'll almost certainly be here long after we're all gone. Certainly after Kellen's
agree with you
family has
there.
died out. He's down in the chapel hall, resting. You may speak to him if you like. Everyone wants to know what really happened in the temple. What happened to Martin? Was the fiery dragon really Akatosh? Be seeing you.
What is it? Is there a cure? Has Arelder found a cure? I know there's something he's not telling me. Ah, so you've heard it, have you? Terrible curse. Been in the family almost longer than anyone can remember. When I was younger, I could live with it. Wasn't so bad. But until it gotten worse over time, I'd come here, to the place it all happened, in the hopes that something could be done. I fear I haven't much time left otherwise. Arelder has let me stay, mostly out of pity, I think. But there's something else. I swear he knows more than he tells. You've seen them, I assume. The only evidence of what happened so many years ago. Do you know that I thought perhaps I could lift them? That somehow this curse would be lifted If I could pick them up, I tried for hours, until my whole body ached, and I could barely move. I lay there on the floor next to them, weeping. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I've been at the end of my rope for far too long to be ashamed of anything. The church is still in turmoil from the attack on the Chapel of Dibella. I don't think anyone has had time to really study this prophet's teachings. My best advice would be to go, listen carefully, and decide for yourself. I don't know why they're still here. They're so heavy, and I'm so weak. What does Stendarr want from me? I've seen plenty of pity in people's eyes over the years. I grew up recognizing it. But with Arelder, there's something else there. And when he speaks to me, there are times I'd swear he sounds apologetic. Guilty, even. Why would that be? What reason does he have to hold back information? I know I'm a doomed man one way or the other. Speak to him if you can. Convince him to tell me what he knows as a dying man's last wish. Be seeing you.
An honor, to be sure.
Everyone's talking about the victory over Mehrunes Dagon. I can hardly believe...
It's good to have a bit of good news in these dark times. What can I do for you, hero of Coral? I cannot face him. I know what might be done for him, but I haven't the will to do it. I wish I could help him. Truly I do. But I cannot muster the strength to damn myself on his behalf. The curse. I know what would lift it, but I cannot do it. The only way to free Kellen of his curse is to take it on myself. I am not strong enough to do this, and so I am a failure. I fail Kellen every time I speak to him, and I fail Stendarr every time I pray to him and do not ask for the power to lift the curse. Do you know one who would do such a thing? One who would pray at this chapel's altar, pray to Stendarr for the power to lift this curse? I've told you, the only way to lift the curse from Kellen is to pray to Stendarr for the power to free him. But that means taking the curse on yourself. You'll be marked for life, as will all your children and your children's children. Take care.
How can I help you?
Everyone wants to know what really happened in the temple. What happened to Moth?
How do you come back to see the doomed man, have you? Farewell. We're all in your debt for closing that Oblivion gate outside the city. Well done. I don't know why they're still here. Be seeing you.
What am I missing?
feel good. I don't feel like death. I feel like running. Look at me.
My pleasure, really.
I can't believe you were willing to do that for Kellen. To sacrifice your own well-being without hesitation. What business do I have acting as a priest if I'm not willing to do all I can in helping those who need it? Perhaps I need to rethink my calling.
So dogs.
I'm Rena Bruyant. I love dogs. Doesn't everyone? They probably call us the dog people here in town. Romalis and I love dogs. We have quite a few. So sweet and well-behaved you wouldn't believe. Good day.
Yes. A coin for an old beggar.
Well met, Sir Knight.
Greetings, Sir Knight. When Sir Junkin died while questing after the boots, I mourned his loss. Now I wonder if perhaps it was a mercy that he left us when he did. May the Nine guide your way.
How are I find myself here, at your disposal. I want to make up for the mistakes I've made, and devote myself fully to the faith. If it pleases you, I would join your order and serve the Nine at your side. What say you? Thank you. It means a great deal to me. Excuse me while I gather the equipment I need. Yes! Oh, great and mighty Grand Champion! Is there something you need? Can I carry your weapon? Shine your boots?
This is a
Bathrobe,
weird
perhaps?
glitch.
Golly.
So is that our dude following you now?
some mud crabs by the water recently. I steered clear of them.
I can't stand the sight of... What brings you to the altar of Kinnereth, my child? You have been in the chapel of Kinnereth from the moment you stepped outdoors. Have you not felt her presence? We gather here to pay tribute to all of the blessings she bestows upon us. You would seek the holy relic Kinnereth has bestowed upon the world. Then you must prove yourself worthy. Kinnereth's creations guard her relic, and you must pass the test before you may be granted the boots. I cannot say what it will be, for I do not know. Kinnereth herself will decide in what manner you shall be tested. All I can do is direct you to the Grove of Trials, and remind you to heed Kinnereth's teachings. Fear and respect nature and all her creations. Not far from here, to the west, nestled within the great forest, it is a place many would overlook. I warn you that it is unwise to take anyone with you. You should go there alone. Indeed, nature itself is Kinnereth's domain. All its creatures are her wards. You would do well to remember this when it comes time for your test. Then proceed directly to the grove, as your test has begun. Kinnereth may choose to guard you along the way. That is up to her. Good luck. Take care.
Wait a minute. Oh, it's close. What was the test? Say what? Second.
Welcome again to the altar of Kinnereth. I see it on your face. You have failed the test. In her infinite grace and wisdom, Kinnereth will have mercy on you and allow you to resubmit to her test.
Creepy. And I got things to do, so I gotta end the stream.